It's always good to see you. Thank you for playing any game with me and doing bits. I love it.
Crazy fun.
I was almost going to see you on the SNL Christmas episode, the Paul Rudd.
Yeah, that was an almost catastrophe. That almost happened.
That was a here's you and whoever
slammed
there
into the wall
at the end of the nights
that's just 5 people when it should be 60. But
Tom Hanks, and Che and
yeah, poor Paul Rudd, man. He'll get his get back though.
Yeah, I mean, I felt bad for him because I was going to come in for that. That's when I tested.
So your business is out there, so we can say that you.
Yeah, we can say yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I talked to her. Yeah.
But that was dirty. You were living dirty that morning.
I would call it that. But what was the week like though? Because the week you planned to have a show, right?
Yeah, we were working like it was a regular week on the show, and Tom Hanks was coming because it was going to be Paul Rudd's 5th show. It turned out to be like 4.5, but he still. Got his jacket, but we were working like a regular week, and then the numbers were just going crazy in New York. And by Saturday, the NBC people just called it. They were just like send everybody home, and we figured out a way to keep whoever I was asked to stay and a couple other people, I guess, and a small crew, and then we put on what a show we had. Luckily, they didn't call it until Saturday, so we were able to get some new stuff that had been pre-taped and stuff that week or whatever, but. Yeah, it was crazy. It was not.
Thanks for being there and thanks for putting on the show. And
I had to represent for the cast, baby.
Come on, bud. That's what I'm talking about. Show must go on.
Show must always go on.
Another great season of SNL this year, but one person that stuck out that stole the show from me was Dionne Warwick. Came on the show and was so funny. She was great.
Did y'all see Dionne Warwick on the show?
Yeah, it was so good.
She's incredible.
She was incredible. She nailed it, and I was like, but here's one thing. She tweeted at you before she was on the show. Because somebody said, hey, you should do SNL this season. And she said, that is the question for the persons who run the show, Lorne or Kenan.
First, okay, the backstory, Ego Woldham has been doing an incredible impression of Dionne Warwick. She does a Dionne Warwick show. And I think it, kind of triggered her radar. So I think black people migrate towards each other. So for some reason, she thinks that I represent SNL and she can speak through me, to get her message across. Like if we see a crowd of people and we see a black person in the crowd, we're gonna go to them and ask who made the chicken, I guess. I don't know.
But I got announced today that SNL is coming back next week.
That's right. We are back next week.
Ariana DeBose.
Ariana DeBose, that's right.
Roddy Ricch.
Yeah, Roddy Ricch, he's amazing.
That's gonna be a good show.
We like that song, Roddy Ricch does.
The last time we saw each other, I was just talking to the audience, but we were in D.C. for Lorne. Lorne got the Kennedy Center honor.
Yeah, congratulations to him.
Yeah, that was, dude, you killed that night.
Thank you.
I forget what joke you told, but you crushed.
Okay, so my first opening joke, I just thought was it's just a cool opener or whatever, but it was, it killed, number one.
Killed?
So it was,
something.
You usually don't get invited to Washington, D.C. to talk about your boss, especially in front of the president and especially under oath.
Yeah.
Right? Just all right. When you hear in D.C., destroyed the room.
I told you, though, after, because they cut to Biden. The president was there and he was clapping. He was laughing.
Joe Biden clapped.
Under the mask, he just laugh. You could tell he's laughing. And I go, so just crushed.
That was crazy. So shout out to David. He was producing that show and he wrote that. He knows his audience. I mean,
he knows his audience, man. They do it. They knew it. But that was, I thought it was so
straightforward, strict law jokes.
Yeah, they love it. I liked it because, it's fun to have funny friends.
Yeah,
and funny people. We did bits all day long.
It's the best. Whenever we're able to, because we don't get to see the elders much, you know what I'm saying? Once you leave the show.
Thank you.
So it's nice to get around and
I'm the elder now.
One of our elders, You're definitely my big brother, for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate
it. And that's sweet. Yeah, but it's true.
Yeah,
I was 25 when I came to the show. You know what I mean? I was a little
That's when you
guy.
First started. But it's fun to be around you guys, also the new cast. Steve Martin was there.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as I walked in, Kevin Nealon and Steve Martin sitting there, going over jokes.
Kevin Nealon did the funniest bit to me. The whole day was all bits.
Yeah.
Amy Poehler doing bits, Chris Wiig doing bits. The best.
Exhausting, but it's the best.
The whole day was bits.
Yeah, very passive-aggressive hazing.
Everyone was doing bits. And then I got to the hotel. I go, well, I'll have a couple, an hour of non-bits.
Right.
Just so I can
just
go.
Shut the brain down from bits.
Yeah, shower off the bits.
Yeah.
I get out. I get out of the car, and Jim Downey's standing in front of the hotel. Who's one of the best writers.
Here comes one of the greatest from the beginning.
From the beginning,
yeah.
Of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to Jim probably 3 years.
Yeah.
Just life happens. But I go, I have to do a bit.
Immediately.
I haven't seen the guy. He's one of the funniest dudes.
No matter
ever.
how tired you are, there must be a bit.
There has to be a bit. So I came out and I go, it was the hotel, and then they had like a parking garage, and they had 2 poles so that your car, you know.
Yeah.
And I got out of the car and I go, excuse me, sir, is this the Washington Monument?
Classic.
Because I'm in D.C. Yeah. So it's a tiny pole.
Great.
You know, in front of the
yeah.
And he, without missing a beat, he goes, a lot of people assume that is, but it's not. It's actually this one.
And
did a bit.
Amazing. That's the thing about the environment of SNL. Like, you're around such a genius mindset. You haven't spoken to that guy in 3 years.
Yeah.
And you jump into a bit like that.
I want to talk about Kenan, by the way, and I want to talk about Emmy nominations, all this stuff. Yeah. And we're going to see a clip. Let's talk about Kenan. More with Kenan Thompson after the break. Stick around, everybody.